With 2022 forecasts already upon us, big questions are being asked about what we can expect from the coming 12 months.
And so at this time of year, there are a number of gatherings here in Seoul, bringing experts together to forecast what the new year might hold in store for inter-Korean relations.
You might imagine we're stuck. We've had stalled dialogue and cooperation efforts since 2019, even a new US government failing to make headway with Pyongyang, not to mention a pandemic that's isolated the North more than ever. But where does that leave expectations for next year then? I asked one of the prominent academics on the subject, Park Won-gon, Associate Professor of North Korea Studies at Ewha Women's University.
Well, there are many variables and factors. So first of all, South Korea will have a presidential election this coming March. So it's depend on who's going to be the next president of South Korea. And that will make a huge difference in terms of North Korean policy. You see, the incumbent Moon Jae-in government is undivided love to North Korea. And, no matter what the North Korea has done, and then they keep just trying to have an engagement policy toward North Korea.
So for at least the first quarter, we can expect a rapid last push for dialogue by the outgoing Moon Jae-in administration. We know President Moon is still hoping to achieve a declaration to formally end the Korean War. Lee Sang-shin of the Korea Institute for National Unification said at the press center he thinks it's possible the Koreas could hold an online summit, given it may be President Moon's last hope of meeting North Korean leader Kim-Jong-un. But that might involve giving Pyongyang something in return, like suspending joint spring training drills with the US.
We should also get some further indications from North Korea.
Park Won-gon's of the opinion that the North could go in the other direction because its position appears to have hardened over the past year. And we could even see that lead to something like a long-range missile test. There could be some clues as North Korea holds a series of public and political events marking 10 years since the death of former leader Kim-Jong-il, which also means a decade since his son Kim-Jong-un's rise to power. Whether Pyongyang sees provocations as a better path than peace for now, it's not clear. The North may be just waiting to see how outside variables pan out.
So, where does that leave us then?
The US is tackling China head-on with its diplomatic boycott of February's Beijing Winter Olympics, along with military moves in this region, all of which could raise tensions generally. That might encourage North Korea to further develop its weapon capabilities. But another expert from the Korea Institute for National Unification, Lee Ki-tae, sees the North getting even closer to China, which will likely be trying to play peacemaker ahead of Beijing 2022, and may therefore support South Korea's hopes of an end-of-war declaration. What happens after the Winter Games may depend partly on how serious the standoff becomes between the US and China, partly on South Korea's next president, and ultimately on their combined willingness to compromise and cooperate once things become a little clearer.